Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and it's time for a new reveal from Mezco, this time being their TMNT box set, which I know all of us are really excited to check out. So what are we waiting for? Let's just jump right into it. So we're going to start off with my boy Leonardo. He's my favorite turtle, and I think he looks so awesome here wielding his katana. And it seems he has some type of cloak thing, which is really cool. So of course Mezco has to include some soft goods. I love stuff like that. That is something that you would see straight out of the comic book, or even things like some of the cartoons, which is really nice. So I do love the way he looks. Then we get this really great close-up image of him, and the sculpting just looks so incredible. I love the detailed skin texture. The paint apps look gorgeous. And man, just seeing him in this mock-up of a sewer layer underground wielding his katanas, he just looks so badass. I love it so much. Moving on to a few images of Raphael just looking so badass. I love the head sculpt with the gritting teeth, rocking his sai. I really dig this image right here on the rooftop with the turtle like grappling hook thing. That is such a great image. He looks amazing there. And then the image that really excited me is that we're going to get his in disguise gear with the hat and coat. That is something I am super stoked about, so I love the way that turned out. Next up, we have a few images of Donatello here. Now, I know there's a lot of you Donatello fans out here, and I think he looks awesome. Again, the colors just look fantastic on this guy. It also seems that he does come with his own type of cloak, but I'm pretty sure these could all just be interchanged between all four turtles, you know, rocking that bow staff, and again, the sculpting looks great. But I really love this close-up image. Again, there's a few close-up images that they revealed here, and just showing all that paint apps and the skin textures that they gave all the turtles just looks really good, man. So I'm loving what they're doing here. Something very unique where it's a mixture of different variations of the comics and things like that, and a very rugged, grimy, dirty version of the turtles, which I'm digging. Now moving on to Michelangelo, talking about those close-up images that they showed. I mean, just look how incredible Michelangelo looks. The head sculpt is gorgeous, man. I love how we're showing the teeth there. Again, the darkness and the dirtiness of the skin, that texturing of that reptilian-like hide. I mean, the shell looks awesome. Everything about this looks just so beautiful and badass at the same time. It really looks like the epitome of turtles that I've been wanting for quite some time, but of course we will see. The next image is great because we're seeing an image of him rocking his chucks, and we get this awesome whirling effects with his chucks, which is fantastic. I love when they do that with turtle images. And he also comes with some type of hoodie, which looks really cool too. So I'm loving the fact that, you know, Mezco is primarily a soft goods type of toy line, and I love that they're adding these to the turtles, which don't necessarily utilize a lot of soft goods. So now running down everything that we do get with this set, they show off the four turtles themselves, and it's really cool and interesting that it says featuring unique body sculpts for each turtle, which is something that I think a lot of us didn't really anticipate, and it's probably a little hard to tell just from the promo images, but I'm sure getting them in hand, it'll show a lot more differentiation in things like the skin and the, you know, certain scratch marks and battle damage and things like that some of the turtles get will be really cool. So I love the fact that we're getting all new bodies for each individual turtle, which is very cool. So moving on to the interchangeable hands, we get a crap ton for this set, which is really cool. But since these are going to be individual skin tone turtles, you're not going to really be able to mix and match parts amongst between different turtles. You might be able to pull it off here and there, but since there is going to be slight differentiation in the colors of their skin, they really are meant to be for that specific turtle, which still works because you get everything you're going to need. The next image shows that we're getting a black cloak with a bendy wire so you can pose it around, which is really nice. We also do get some goggles, some type of wrist communicating device that I'm sure Donatello put together, and then we're getting a 1/12 scale Walkman with headphones. That's probably one of the things that stood out to me the most, as it's really cool just having that as an accessory in this scale for pretty much any other toy line that'll fit it. This image shows that we are getting the undercover or in disguise trench coat that we saw on Raphael, but weirdly we don't see the hat, so are we getting that or not? I'm not sure. It is in the promo images, but they forgot to put it in the accessories rundown, so we will see later on. We also do get a bendy wire scarf that we've seen many times with Mezco, and then we do get a really cool cape again with bendy wire for posing around, so really nice stuff. We also do get better images of the hoodie that we saw on Michelangelo and the cloak that we saw on Donatello, again with bendy wire, and these look really good. And again, I love the fact that Mezco is giving us soft goods that you wouldn't normally see come with a turtle figure, but of course Mezco has to go all out, and we get these two awesome pieces. Now this is something that I didn't even think about them getting, we're getting interchangeable bandanas. I think that's super cool. So you have the shorter ones, which are a little more accurate to like the vintage Toyz, which I love. And then we get the long flowing ones, which you see more in the comic books, more ninja-like. Those are really rad. So I love the fact that they did that. And then of course we gotta have 4 slices of pizza for the turtles, because you can't have the turtles without some pizza time. Now we're going to get into all the crazy cool weapons that we get, and man, you gotta have a ton of weapons with the Ninja Turtles. So we do get these climbing claws accessories, which are really nice. You do get 3 throwing darts, 3 shurikens, because of course you gotta have an iconic throwing star with a Ninja Turtle, which is really nice. We also do get a couple tonfas. We get 6, looks like 6 kunais, which is really nice. We get that awesome fist push dagger that we saw in the vintage toy of well, all the turtles, but specifically more Raphael, because he could actually store it. And then we get, don't even get me trying to say that word, but they're basically like Japanese hook swords, which are fantastic. Again, those came with the vintage turtles as well, so it's really cool seeing all these accessories that we've seen with the vintage turtles, but just very updated and very Mezco-like, with a ton of detail, and they all look gorgeous and badass. Here we have a rundown of all their basic weapons. So we got Raphael's sai, we get Leonardo's katanas with sheaths, so that's really nice too, and then we get Donatello's bow staff. But next up we get Michelangelo's nunchucks, which are fantastic, done with a real metal chain, which is always great for me because I love when any type of nunchuck has real metal chain. But of course we get 2 of those whirling effect nunchucks, which look great. I'm definitely going to have my Michelangelo pose with those accessories. Next up, we do get 4 turtle comms, and I'll be very interested to see if these actually function, meaning they actually open and close. I know Mezco likes to make a lot of their accessories functional. Companies like NECA have given us turtle comms before, but they're either pre-sculpted where they're open or pre-sculpted where they're closed. You can't actually move and open up and down, so that'll be interesting to see. We also do get 4 turtle grapple hooks, which I'm pretty sure the prongs will be able to pop out, and it says we do get rope for each 4 of those, so those are really nice. And then I love the fact that we're getting these shuriken and kunai effect pieces to look like the turtles are actually throwing those weapons, which is really nice, a really fun touch for this set. Then probably my favorite accessories that we're getting 3 interchangeable heads for each individual turtle. So I love the more stoic head that we're getting with Leonardo. The one in the middle kind of looks like the vintage toy in my opinion, so I love that. All of Raphael's heads look like he's completely pissed, so that's kind of funny. Michelangelo's heads are very interesting because we got a more laughing, goofy head. We have his more angry ninja-like head, and then we have his freaked out head, so he definitely has the more expressive faces of all 4 of the turtles. And then we get a couple Donatello heads where his mouth is closed, where he's like maybe working at his workbench, making some new gear for the turtles. We got that almost like side grin. And then again, a mouth that's almost more like a vintage toy look. So I'm really digging all of these. I do wish, however, that all 4 turtles came with some kind of smiling or laughing head. I think that would have been a great addition for this set. Then rounding off the accessories, we of course get those circular base stands, which I always say are my favorite stands in any fixture line at this scale, but I think it's very cool because they kept it very simple, just have the standard TMNT logo right there printed on the top, but the color matches up with each individual turtle so you know where to put them. I think that's awesome, and I love how they came like that. So there it is, guys, my breakdown of the new Mezco 112 Collective Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. Now, what do you guys think of this set? My biggest thing that I'm very interested to see is how the articulation is going to work. I know that's always a big concern for people when it comes to Mezco figures, but either way, this set still looks incredible. The sculpting is fantastic. Again, I love all the detailed texture of the skin and the shells, all the stuff like that looks very dirty and grimy. In my opinion, what the turtles should be. You know, these guys are from the streets, they live in the sewers. I mean, they get dirty and grimy, man, and that's how I love my turtles. I love the paint apps, it's so gorgeous and beautifully detailed, as always, from Mezco. And then all the things that we do get, I mean, so many different weapons and accessories, gear, like the grapple hooks and the turtle comms. I mean, all their awesome weapons, the soft goods that we do get here that we wouldn't normally see from a turtle set or any type of turtle figures out there. But of course, it's Mezco, so they got to include some stuff like that because that's what they're mostly known for. But again, this set is $400. That's including tax or plus tax and shipping, just depending on where you get them from. So that's a pretty hefty price tag for this set. Now, in my opinion, $400 is a really great deal for what you're getting. That runs down to about $100 a figure. Plus, again, you have to think of everything that we're getting. I mean, I've never seen a turtle figure come with as much stuff as these are. And that goes for any toy line from any company, no matter what. Also, given the Mezco quality, I'm just so excited for these. TMNT is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I grew up with turtles, still love them today. As a grown adult, they are a big part of my collection, so getting the turtles in Mezco form is a dream come true for me. So how do you like these figures? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you dislike. Are you picking these up? Is $400 just way too much? Or do you think $400 is just about right? Again, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you think. So be excellent to each other and stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.